Very warm welcome, my dear students. And here we are with the part 2 from our text that we are studying, Glimpses from India. This is the second part, Coorg. This is one of the places from Karnataka we are going to learn and know more about. Before we proceed, I would like to show you a video. Please watch it carefully. Do you want to watch? Yes, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
good.
yes,
Very good. Thank you, dear students.
yes, sir.
I'll mute myself and turn off camera so that you will get good access.
Glimpses of India Part 2, Coorg. Coorg, or Kudog, is the smallest district of Karnataka. It's famous for its coffee, rainforests and spices. Midway between Mysore and Mangalore sits the Coorg that must have been carried from the kingdom of God. This land of rolling hills is populated by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. Evergreen forests cover 30% of this district. During monsoons, it rains enough to stop visitors from coming here. The season to be enjoyed lasts from September to March. During this season, the weather is perfect, with some rain for good measure. The air breathes of refreshing coffee. Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand under tree canopies in best corners. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly from Greek or Arabic descent. According to a story, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled there. When return became impractical, these people married amongst the local people, and their culture is different in the martial traditions, marriage, and religious rites, which are distinct from Hindu mainstream. But how can we think the people were of Arabic descent? The men of Coorg wear long, black coat with an embroidered waist belt. This is the black long coat and a waist belt. Yes, that dress was worn by the Kodavus and is known as Kapiya. This resembles the dress known as Kafiya worn by the Arabs and Kurds.
Kodavus wear a long black coat with an embroidered waist belt. This is known as kapiya. It resembles the dress worn by the Arabs and Kurds, known as kafiya.
As the dress is similar worn by both the Kodavus and the Arabs, we can think that the people of Coorg were possibly of Arab descent. Did you see any other similarity? The Kodavus wear kapiya and Arabs wore kafiya. You must have understood. Coorg homes have a tradition of hospitality, and they are always willing to tell the numerous tales of courage and bravery to their sons and fathers. The Coorg Regiment is one of the most awarded in the Indian Army, and the first chief of Indian Army, General Karyappa, was a Coorgi. Even now, Kodavus are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. Mahasir, a large freshwater fish, abound in these waters. Kingfishers dive to catch them, while squirrels and langurs drop partially eaten fruit for enjoying the splash and ripple. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their macaques. The most relaxed individuals to the life of high-energy adventure, with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. Numerous walking trails in this region are favorite for trekkers. Birds, bees, and butterflies are there to give you company. Macaques, Malabar squirrels, langurs, and slender loris keep a watchful eye from the tree canopy. I do, however, prefer to step aside for wild elephants. The climb to Brahmagiri Hills brings you a panoramic view of the entire misty landscape of Coorg. A walk across the rope bridge leads to the 64-acre island of Nisargadaama, running into Buddhist monks from India's largest Tibetan settlement at nearby Bailakuppe is a bonus. The monks, in red and yellow robes, are amongst the many surprises that wait to be discovered by the visitors for searching the heart and soul of India. If you found the video useful, subscribe and get more videos. Summary? See it.
Watch the video, dear students, carefully. Understood some part?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is it about? What are the people from that area most influenced by? Like we see in the previous one, right? From Goa, they were influenced by the Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Similarly, here the people at Cook are influenced by Greek or Arabian people, Arabic, right?
Arabic.
So, I'll just try to again share with you the summary and then we'll proceed with the word to word and line to line explanation. Alright?
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Those
sir.
who
Yes,
don't
sir.
read but could not understand, they may be able to understand the content and the text well above. So Cook is coffee country. Country here means you must be knowing city mouse and country mouse, or town mouse and city country mouse. So country means here a village, right? Famous
Yes, sir.
for rainforest and spices. So the lesson gives us a beautiful insight of the smallest district of Karnataka and its people. Dear students, you know the largest district as far as area is concerned in Maharashtra?
Ahmednagar.
Very good. And so this is the smallest
Ahmednagar.
in Karnataka. The place has an amazing weather throughout the year with enough rain during the monsoon season. The people of Cook are known to be one of the bravest people in India, right? So coffee is the main crop grown in this region. As in the activities before we read, we came to know that Assam is famous for tea, and for coffee, this is the place that is very famous. So coffee is the main crop grown in this region. Especially Karnataka is very famous for many things. You know, you must be knowing. A variety of animals can be found here, while the place is surrounded by beautiful Brahmagiri hills, islands, and Tibetan settlements. So geographically, I explained the place. and also as far as the people and their influence is concerned. Now let's see some more details about this place briefly. Here in this text, dear students, the author describes the hill station of Cook, located in the western Ghats in the state of Karnataka. It is located midway between Bangalore and Mangalore. So these are the two places, big cities in between. This is the place. What are those two cities mentioned? Bangalore and Mangalore.
Bangalore and Mangalore.
Very good. So this Bangalore, it has been recently again changed to Bangalore. In Marathi, Bangalore. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the suitable time to visit Cook is from September to March. So this is the time going on. This is October going on. So this is the time that you can visit this place from September to March. Why not before September and why not after March? We'll see in the text the reasons behind that. But this is the best period that you can remember. You can visit this place. Already we have discussed that this is the text titled with glimpses from India. So it is giving us account of different places, various places, so that we can promote these places as a tourist places for the other people also. So the place is famous for coffee plantations and spices. There are abundant rainforests which cover almost 30% of the area in that place. So the Kuki men are brave warriors who are permitted to keep firearms without a license due to their trustworthiness, and they have been very famous. Like we people cannot keep a knife or any such a weapon with us, but Sikh people, they are believed and they are trustworthy, and so they have been, as a token of their religion, allowed. Am I right? What is it called? There are many people, children among us. What is it called, dear students? The weapon that the Sikh people carry? Hello?
Fire gun.
Am I audible, dear students?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Japneet, Khushi, Aditya,
Yes, sir.
do you carry or not? मैं झूठ बोलिया, कपट तो लिया.
What, sir?
Am I audible?
What, sir? Yes, you're audible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So those Sikh people, they carry a weapon with them. What is it called?
Fire gun.
Not I am referring to the Cook. Sikh, Punjabi,
Japneet Mayur.
Japanese. A knife-like weapon is kept all the time. Don't know.
No idea, sir.
Sir, you're not getting the question only.
Kirpan. Sushi, thank you, dear. You got it. If I am reading it well, Kripan or Kirpan, it is pronounced like that something. So similarly, these people from Kur, they don't need any license, to keep firearms with themselves, because they are so trustworthy that people know that they won't do anything wrong, but they will utilize those firearms for the sake of their own protection or the other people's, or in order to fight against the enemy. So the women of Cook are pretty. Cook is also known as Kodau, and the Kodaus, though are Hindus by religion, but their customs differ from those of mainstream Hindus. You know why? Let's see the reason. They marry within their community. Kodaus are said to be of Greek or Arabic descent. Some soldiers of Alexander's army settled there. Also, as the ethnic dress of the Kodaus, Kupia is similar to the Arab garment, Kufia. It is said that maybe their ancestors were Arabs or Kurds. The river Kaveri originates from Ku. The fish named Mahasir is found in the river. Many animals and birds like kingfisher, langur, squirrel, and the elephants can be spotted along the river. Tourists relax in the serene atmosphere and also enjoy adventure sports like river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, mountain biking, rock climbing, and trekking. So while trekking on the nature trail, animals like macaws, Malabar squirrels, langurs, and slender lories can be spotted on the trees. The major tourist attractions are Brahmagiri Hills, Nisargadham Island, and Bailakupi Tibetan settlements. So Cook gives the visitors a feel of India's diverse culture in that small village. It was the summary that I could read it out for you all. We'll study the text now in detail and again watch the videos giving us the account of the tourist places famous there and more that is given there in the text and besides that also. Okay, so can we start with the text here? This is page number 90. You can open your textbook, turn over the pages and be there on page number 90. All right, ready everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the part 2. Cook. Cook is coffee country, famous for its rainforest and spices. So is that enough about the Cook? No. More than that, we are going to learn here from every aspect of the life there in Cook. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have been gifted from the kingdom of God. Would you like to see the place, dear students, on the Google map?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here it is.
Yes, sir.
Can you see? And we will also check the distance between Ahmednagar and Coorg. If it happens in future after your class 10 is done, we'll visit these places. Goa, Coorg, and the
Sir,
one.
I have visited this place.
That we are going to. Oh, very good.
Yeah, sir, I have been there.
Good boy. How was your experience?
Yes, sir.
I changed it to satellite view. Where is the Ahmednagar? This is Dhaka. You can see Bangalore, Bangalore. Nowadays, known as this is Mysore. Then Mangalore. Here it is Mangalore at the coastal place, and there is Bangalore. And in between, it is Coorg, also named as Madikeri. That is the nearby place. I would also like to show you some of the pictures available here. See the variety of culture there, no? So beautiful.
Yes, sir.
So do you remember these things that is a what? Or you simply went there? How long were you there in that village here? Uda was there, not saying he had been there. Dear Uda, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember this thing that you had seen?
Yes, sir. One more falls is there, Irupu Falls, sir. It is also very large fall and it is beautiful, sir.
There are many tourist spots available that you could see, enjoy. We will to see some videos, but these are some pictures.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, such many pictures are available there. We'll watch videos so that we'll come to know more in detail. Distance may be approximately 1000 km from Ahmednagar or 1400, 500, that much. The Google Map can tell us how much it is exactly. From school,
950 kilometers, sir.
yes, it is. If you go,
Sir, it's 919 kilometers.
yes, you can see 957.
Yeah.
If you go this way, there are different ways. And as I predicted, approximately it is 1000, we can say, right?
Yes,
On
sir.
average.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see now what is given in the text. And there at the end we'll come to know the different ways. By road, how can we go? By air, how can we go? By train. Okay, some details are given there. So midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. And you know, here it is mentioned that it is a piece of heaven and that has been brought down on this planet from the kingdom of God. Right? It's so beautiful, and in such a better way the author has described this place. So this land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. And this land, having many hills rolling over there, occupying that land, is not just of wild creatures, but there are, we can't believe, so beautiful women are there, and also martial men, those who are adventurous, brave ones, known for their skills in the battles and in the war. They are there. You see how the contrasting place it is. So beautiful, like a heaven, as if the world, it is a piece of heaven and has been carried there from the kingdom of God, and it is occupied fully with hills, and there are the people from different races. Like wild creatures are there, beautiful women are there, and also the proud race of martial men. Those people who are having to do with war, they are there. So Coorg or Kodagu, this is another name for that place, the smallest district of Karnataka. That place itself is the smallest district, one of the districts from Karnataka. It is home to evergreen rainforest. So since it is fully hilly area, there are rainforests, evergreen. It rains anytime there, and the greenery remains forever. Spices and coffee plantations. There are also productions of different spices, and especially it is famous for coffee plantation. Evergreen rainforest cover 30% of this district. And as far as that district is concerned, it is the smallest one, we understood. But 30% of the land has been covered with evergreen rainforest. Only the 70% is there where there is no rainforest evergreen in that place. During the monsoons, it pours enough to keep many visitors away. And when it rains there, cats and dogs so heavily, people avoid to go there, and so it has been mentioned that we can visit that place from September onward to March, because it starts raining there and it remains continuously. That because of so heavy rain, person avoid visiting that place because it's too troublesome. Neither we can go out nor visit any place. There is no point just sitting all alone in the rooms and saying nothing. So the season of joy commences from September and continues till March. So how many months are there, dear students, that we can visit? September to March. How many are the months?
7.
Yes, very good. Including September and March, there are 7, right? The weather is perfect with some showers thrown in for good measure. The year breaks of invigorating coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under tree canopies in prime corners. And dear students, you can see there some roof-like coverings that form shelters. They are known as canopies, and that best experience you will get there. You will be feeling as if you are in the forest, and you will also be able to get everything that you want being in the city. So everything available there, and you can live your life so happily and can enjoy longer staying there in that place of food. And you would like to have a coffee also, the fresh coffee. The production is made over there. The coffee plants are there. It's raining every now and then, even during September to March. Everywhere, so greenery, so comfortable and lovely atmosphere, and the beauty of the nature you can experience by visiting that place. Then, is it only about the beauty, or some more of the more aspects are there of the place? Next in the next
Yes,
para,
sir.
you can see the
Yes, sir.
picture also. Traditional Purgi dress, how it looks like a man wearing it. So the fiercely independent people of Kurd are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. So those people, even if they are Hindus, but they don't seem to be following the same culture that is followed all over India. They are little different, and they have been little distinct as far as Greek and Arabic cultures are concerned. They are more involved in those cultures, even if they are Hindus. So as one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. And you know Alexander the Great. Don't you know, dear students? Who had a passion, a desire to conquer the world. Where did he die? In India or any other country? Yes, dear students, you know Alexander. Have you not ever studied about him? Anything? Am I audible, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Say yes, no, something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you
Yes.
don't know about Alexander?
Sir, we have heard of him, but don't know much about him.
Okay, we'll see some details about Alexander the Great. And here there is a story that the people say that at the time Alexander the Great had been there, he was moving that way, and he left some of the soldiers or some part of his army there, and those people still present there are from the same descent.
Sir, he died in Babylon, which is currently in Iraq.
Good. So here I am trying to get some details from Wikipedia for you all.
Yes, sir. He died in Babylon in Iraq.
It is Alexander III of Macedon, commonly known as Alexander the Great, or the king of the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedon, and a member of the Argead dynasty. He was born in Pella in 356 BC, means before Christ, and succeeded his father Philip II to the throne at the age of 20. And he died, as you are saying, at Babylon. Right?
Yes, sir.
In the history, he is a very known personality among the great persons ever on this planet. So let's see here again what more details the author used here about the Alexander. That he says, as one story goes, it may be the truth or just a story, don't know, but people say that it is a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. And when they had gone to the southern part of India, and when they realized themselves that it may not be possible now to move away or move ahead and continue their journey, they decided to settle there only. And those are the people today we find are from Alexander's army. And so they are so brave and courageous. It is just a story, huh? The fact it may be different. We don't know exactly what is the fact. And then these people married amongst the locals, and their culture is apparent in the martial tradition, marriage, and religious rites, which are distinct from the Hindu mainstream. And what is the story that it has been formed based on? That the people there seem to be little Greek or of Arabic descent, and they also seem to be Hindu, right? So what is the story made here? That these brave people who had been the part of Alexander's army, and when they realized that their further journey is impossible and impractical, they decided to settle there themselves. And being there, they finally married with the women there in that village and settled themselves there only. So as being themselves of some Arabic descent or Greek, and their wives became Hindu, there is a mixture of culture found. And so people say that the army of Alexander settled there, right? Even today, the government, not only of Maharashtra but India, they promote marriages between two different religions, two different castes. Even they promote by offering them some amount. It goes around 2 lakh or more than that. They offer. If a boy or a girl from different religions they marry, they are given that much of amount. It is just promotion. You know why? In order to avoid, the casteism in India. We people just try to differentiate ourselves from other castes and make the differences in our culture. And that is only the thing dividing us. But in order to integrate everything and root out this casteism that is spoiling our culture and has been spoiling for years, the government is promoting this way. But those people, those brave people, they did the same. That time, that they settled themselves there, got married, and the proof here the author says that the mixture of culture that they can see in that village, right? The theory
Yes, sir.
of origin brought support from the long black coat. Now some more proofs or the traces that the author found is giving here. The theory of Arab origin draws support from the long black coat with an embroidered waist belt owned by the Kodavus, known as Kufia. And it resembles the Kufia owned by the Arabs and the Kurds. And another proof he says that these people seem to be Arabic descent. You know how? Because the way they are wearing the clothes, a black coat, the long one with an embroidered waist belt, is similar to Kufia and is also pronounced and named as Kufia, almost similar. So Arabic word is Kufia and the people there they use is Kufia, and the dress is also similar. It is designed also almost similar to each other. And so the people believe that these people from Kurd are naturally from some Arabian countries. And so they are mentioned as having some Arabic descent.
Sir, Kurds are same as Arabs. What?
No, there are no other clues the author mentions, but only one. That the way these people from Kurd, known as Kodavus, wear the clothes, how it is described here, long black coat with an embroidered waist belt, that they call it as Kufia. And the same kind of cloth is also found in Arabian countries, that is known as Kufia, that the Arabs people and the Kurds wear. So keeping in view the similarity here, the author mentions that these people maybe are they, basically from Arabian countries. And that's why here you can see in the beginning of this para only, he mentions, what does he mention? Are you able to see? In the first sentence of this para, the fiercely independent people of Kurd are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. So here is a word possibly we can focus on that he is not sure, but he is just trying to predict it based on the things that he is sharing with us. he told us that these people are Greek. What instance did he share with us as a proof? That when Alexander had been here in the southern part of India with his army, they found it impractical to return and decided to settle there, and they finally got married with the women there, right? And what is another proof that they married with women from that place only? The mixture of
Because
culture.
that culture is
You know,
clearly
even
visible.
if they are not from the mainstream of Hindu, but they are following some religious rites, the way of the arrangement of the marriages and martial traditions. So these are the things that they apparent. They are similar to the people from Greek places and also from Indian places like Hindu religion. Then another thing he says that they are possibly of Arabic descent. What is the proof that he is sharing here with us? That he says the clothes or the kind of dress he finds there is the long black coat with an embroidered waist belt. The people from Kurd are called Kurav. And what do they call that dress as? Kufiya. And the same dress is found in Arabian countries. And there the people call it as kufiya. So kufiya. Similar to the
Yes, sir.
one word, no? But just little difference between the pronunciation. And the same cloth is found owned by both the people from Kurd and also people from
Arab.
Arabian countries or the Arabs,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
so here he says that the people at Kurd are possibly of Arabian descent, and he also says they are possibly of the descent of Greek. Understanding their students here,
Yes, sir.
but he is not sure. He's just trying to tell based on this thing that he has shared with us. Understanding?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now let's see here the next. Kugi homes have a tradition of hospitality, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. The Cook Regiment is one of the most decorated in the Indian Army, and the first chief of the Indian Army, General Cariappa, was a Kugi. Even now, Kuravus are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. And dear students, in their families, the stories of courage and bravery that took place in the war are always shared with one another. And they are very famous for their tradition of hospitality. That the way they welcome the people and make the necessary arrangements. And they are also more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. In the women at home, they just go on telling the stories how their son fought in the war, and they are also sharing about their fathers, how he did. They are very much proud of themselves, and they are very sure and determined to contribute some or the other way. If not father, but son of her should at least be the part of Indian Army. And mostly the people, like we find Sikh everywhere. It is said that nowhere in the world we can find that Sikh are not there. They are. They are compared with one vegetable. Potato. Potato is also produced anywhere in the world. And similarly, these people, Sikh, so hardworking, so brave. If you visit any army area, not only in Ahmednagar, but everywhere, you will find these people are there, and especially at the higher positions. Because so hardworking they are, they are courageous, daring. It is said in by Guru Nanak in Granth Sahib also. What is it? Savala. What is the dialogue? What is the statement there? Can anyone share? Naam Kailao. Something is there now. Guru Gobind Sahib had said. Yes, students, none of you know so daring stories and courageous.
No, sir.
Something was there.
Anil, yes.
गुरु गोबिंद सिंह नाम
1.25 से 1 लड़ाऊ तबे गोबिंद सिंह नाम कहाओ.
Very good. 1.25 लाख पे एक लड़ाओ That's
तबे
my
गोविंद
Guru.
सिंह नाम कहा.
Yes. So funny video I remember from Son of Sardar, Ajay Devgan. You know, you are only 10, 15. I'm not going to fight with you. I want Sawa lakh, 1,25,000.
Yes,
It
sir. I
doesn't mean
remember.
that.
Yes,
Here we
sir,
should
I remember.
understand they are so courageous, so brave that they can fight with n number of people at a time. They will die, but they will never surrender. They will never give in, right? And that
Yes, sir.
kind of people, these are from school. And here the most important thing mentioned by the author is the first chief of the Indian Army, General Cariappa, or the Kugi. Means he was from that area only, among those Kugi people. Who is the general of Indian Army today at present?
Narvane.
What is full name?
I don't remember full name.
Pankaj Mukund something.
Yes.
Naravane is there. And chief of all three of the Army, Navy and Air Force, there is a new
President.
designation, no? What is it called? CDS, right? Chief of Defense Services, right? And who is he today?
Yes,
At present, General Bipin
Vikram Singh.
Rawat. Very good. We have discussed it before also. So it was all about their bravery. The women, they always talk about their sons and also the fathers, and they share the stories there, how they were brave in the wars or any of the battles taking place. So most decorated here means having received the maximum number of awards for bravery in war, and they are the only people. And one more thing about their braveness and also the trustworthy is that they are allowed to carry firearms without a license. They don't need any license if they want to carry any firearms, right?
Yes, sir.
Then the next, this was all about their bravery. So firstly, we try to understand. Let's repeat for a better understanding from the beginning. Firstly, we understood the place where it is located presently, right? Then we understood the district where this place is there. Then we understood geographically how it is and where can we go and visit that place. And also we come to know the famous plants there, that it is very famous for coffee and the rainforest over there. Then we try to understand the culture or the history of those people there, and we understood that they are of Greek or Arabic descent, and the fruit also we came to know that how they are of Greek and how they are of Arabic descent, right? And then we studied here in this para that how they are brave and how they are the part of Indian Army. Understood?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
attending
Yes,
every
sir.
paragraph.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Then let's see the next. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forest of Kurg, and it is an origin of the river Kaveri. There it originates. Where? Kurg, in the hills and the forest of Kurg. Mahasir, a large freshwater fish, abound in these waters, and there is a special kind of fish known as mahasir is there, and it is found abound in these waters, means everywhere there in a fresh water. Kingfishers dive for their catch. Kingfishers, the birds, they are just ready to catch the fish and eat it up, while squirrels and langurs drop partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. And then there are some other animals mentioned, that the squirrels and the langurs, them, those kinds of animals. You must have studied in geography more detail about them, right? And they drop just partially eaten fruit. They are there on the trees. They eat some part and drop down the other. In fact, they don't throw it, but it happens that the fruit that they are eating, half of it they finish, but the rest of it, before they finish, it falls down. It gets dropped down by themselves. And this way, it falls in water, and so here it is given that they did or they do the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. They are on the trees, on the bank of the river, eating up those fruits, half of it fell down, and you know how it makes the ripple in the clear water. Here the author says that these animals, squirrels and the langur, really enjoy doing so. Then the most laid back individuals become converts to the life of high energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain. And you can see the people there, how, a picture, you can see the baskets that they have prepared and made manually at their own homes. He is carrying, he must be going in a forest or in a village to sell it, right? So he is mentioned here as basket seller from food. Can you see, dear students, on page number 91 at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
And there are the different activities carried out by the individuals in that places, because there is ample water available, there is a greenery, and there are hills also. So river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. These are some adventurous activities that the people go visit that place and enjoy, right? So numerous walking trails in the region are a favorite with trekkers. And there are so many such places or the parks created by walking that the people really enjoy going there for trekking purposes. And they are the favorite places among the trekkers all over India. Right? So whatever you are interested in, if you are interested in enjoying yourself in water, the place most suitable for you. If you are interested in just watching the greenery, yes, the place is there to welcome you. If you are interested in doing some trekking kinds of work, some adventurous activities, yes, the place is there. If you want to see the diversity and variety of the culture, yes, you can go and visit that place. So in various ways, we find this place most attractive and suitable and appropriate for the tourist. Right, dear students? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
There are different kinds of
Yes.
birds, animals, that is also a part of attraction for the tourist.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, dear.
Sir, in the first paragraph, it is written, "This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men." So, what is that rolling hills? What is the meaning of land of rolling hills?
Rolling hills means it is fully covered with the hills. The area which is occupied by the hills. I'll take you back to the sentence that you were reading from the first para.
First paragraph.
Let's see again. This is what you are saying?
Yes, sir. This land of yes, yes.
Is inhabited. Rolling hills means it is fully occupied by hills. There are hills and hills everywhere. And they originate also a river, Kaveri. And there is water everywhere. So is that plain area? No, of course not. And why is it called rolling hills? Because the hills are very high and steep. Right? You can understand that if there
Yes,
is
sir.
a stone, it can go down by rolling very quickly, immediately, easily from those kinds of hills. But here the author has mentioned and called them as rolling hills because just to describe the height and the steepness of those hills. And another thing that he wants to emphasize that despite having such kind of area where people may not prefer to live in, you know that the mountains and hilly areas are having the low density of population. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
But just
Yes,
to
sir.
emphasize that even if that area is fully occupied by the hills and so steep it is, people are there. And it is inhabited by a proud race of martial men. Those people are really martial because they dare to live in such a place where even people don't dare to visit, and they are staying there and living their life and earning their livelihoods, right? And here again he is trying to give contrasting and controversial, not controversial but contrasting things, that those men in that area are martial, they are brave, but their wives are very beautiful, right? we find that hilly area, we remember those Adivasi and those kind of women, those are, fully lack of beauty. But they are there. These women are so beautiful. And then, in addition to human beings over there and their inhabitants, there are also the wild creatures. So see how the mixture is there of all variety and all kinds of, not just human beings, but also the animals. It is a nature where we find such a place, such, things happening, right? Understanding? Here, are you?
Yes, sir.
Any more doubts?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Can we proceed now to the next?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you, dear. Then birds, bees, and butterflies are there to give you company. You will find everywhere different kinds of birds. There are the bees and beehives everywhere, and also the butterflies because of the greenery. And it gives you really immense pleasure while you are there in that place. So macaws, Malabar squirrels, langurs, and slender lories keep a watchful eye from the tree canopy. And the trees are fully occupied, by such kinds of birds, bees, and butterflies, and also some more kinds of animals given here. And they are always there, keeping eye on you. You can see them at any time, and it is complete green, so they cannot be easily noticed, and they find enough places to hide themselves. And they are in large number there in these places, and people also do not harm them at all. They love them rather, right? So I do, however, prefer to step aside for wild elephants, and there are also some wild elephants, but the arrangement must have been there that these elephants or the wild animals may not be able to, right, dear Uddhav, can they attack you? Or there is an arrangement made that you can be safe at any time, anywhere. I think there must be an arrangement made. Otherwise, people may not dare to go there, no? What do you say, dear Uddhav?
Sir, we can go there by car.
We can go by car. Can't we
Yes,
come out
sir.
of car and see the things like described here? We are
We,
not allowed.
I went from Pune, we went to Bangalore. From Bangalore, we hired a car and then we went to
But were you there in the
Medipally.
car only all the time, or could you come out and enjoy this? The beauty
Yeah,
of nature and also the wild
yeah.
animals.
It was a beautiful scenery. Means first time I saw these things. Means coffee fields all over the sceneries and animals like tigers uh, and peacocks. Peacocks were also there and
Yeah.
elephants. Means elephants were crossing us our car.
Oh, great. So you have experienced it yourself. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
For sharing it
It was a
with us.
beautiful experience actually.
So the climb to the Brahmagiri Hills brings you into a panoramic view of the entire misty landscape of Pune. And the highest point there is Brahmagiri Hills, where once you go, you can easily see everything, a panoramic view. Means at a time you can see everything. Like you have studied in class 9, Santosh Yadav. She had been there on the top of the mountain. And also, we have studied one of the lessons in class 8, The Summit Within, by H.P.S. Ahluwalia.
Yes,
He
sir.
has described the panoramic view from the Mount Everest, the highest peak, highest point in the world. That the other hill seems to be, a beautiful necklace in the or for the Mount Everest, right? So similarly, here the author describes the beauty of the nature from the Brahmagiri Hills, that you can see everything at a time, the entire misty landscape of Pune, right? So off across the rope bridge leads to the 64-acre island of Nisargadham, and running into Buddhist monks from India's largest Tibetan settlement, a nearby Bailakupu, is a bonus. The monks in red, ochre, and yellow robes are amongst the many surprises that wait to be discovered by visitors searching for the heart and soul of India, right here in Pune. And dear students, like the people, for their peace of mind and gain knowledge, they visit Himalaya. But there are also some things, especially the monks, the Buddhist people, they are there in large number. And they are also found by the visitors. They are also discovered by them searching for the heart and soul of India, right? And so we can say that place is also the heart and soul of India. Understanding, dear students? And some more
Yes, sir.
here are, the Nisargadham, which is a 64-acre island there. That there you can have a walk across the rope bridge. It is a rope bridge, right? Like a small rope bridge we had seen at Ranjangaon.
Yes, sir.
Last year we had been there, no? Those
Yes, sir.
potholes. Good. And also the Buddhist monks from India's largest Tibetan settlement, right? They are mostly found in Tibetan area, but they are also here in this village or the nearby that is known as Bailakupu. That is a bonus, additional thing that you can enjoy by visiting Cook. And then the monks are described with their red, ochre, and yellow robes that they wear, right? And they
Yes,
are
sir.
surprising, or they are the surprises because they are rarely found. But once the visitors discover them, they are really very happy to see them searching for the heart and soul of India, right? And this way, Cook is really a better place that we can visit, not far from here, just 1,000 kilometers that we have seen. But there are some more fact files given here. How to reach that place? So by air, by rail, by road. Let's see. Can anyone read it for me? For all of us?
Sir, may I read?
Yes, dear Bhumi.
Fact 5. How to reach. Madikeri, the district headquarters, is only the gateway to Cog. The mystery hills, lush forest, and coffee plantations will cast a spell on you. Find a report, coffee estate, or stay in a home for a truly Coggy experience. By air, the nearest airport for Mangalore 135 kilometers and Bangalore 260 kilometers. There are flights to Mangalore from Mumbai and to Bangalore from Ahmedabad, Chennai, Delhi, Goa, Hyderabad, Kochi, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Pune. By rail, the nearest railheads at the Mysore, Mangalore, and Hassan. By road, there are two routes to Cog from Bangalore. Both are almost the same distance, around 250 to 260 kilometers. The route via Mysore is the frequent one. The other route is via Neelamangal, Kunigal, and Chandra, Chandrayan Patna.
Very good. So this is 1:30 sharp, and we are done with the text, right?
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt, any query, dear students?
No, sir.
If you don't mind,
No, sir.
if you are interested to watch some videos, I would like to play for you. So would you like to stay connected to watch just a video or two? And
Yes, sir.
we will not be able to
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
With you all, and if you find any difficulty, feel very free to contact me, and I will be there always available for you all. Fine?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
With the videos?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, very
Yes,
good.
sir.
So again, I'll play a summary first, and then some famous places, from school.
You can fix stuff or break stuff via coding. Coding is just great.
After Harun is joined, forget about
Lokesh Abrol is a renowned doctor, social worker, traveler, and writer. His writings capture the cultural and social ethos of India. He is known for his social work. His Hull Prize Foundation provides social entrepreneurship awards to young students. He has also set up multiple charitable trusts. Among them, the Vishnu Charitable Trust constructs and maintains cow shelters across India. His travelogue, Glimpses of India, Coorg, gives a detailed description of Coorg, its inhabitants, and attractions.
Ayush and Rita?
ठीक है चालेल.
Here is the summary of the lesson. Glimpses of India, Coorg, by
ठीक है.
Lokesh Abrol. The author describes Coorg or Kodagu as a piece of heaven descended from the heavenly kingdom. Coorg is a district of Karnataka state known for its evergreen forests, spices and coffee plantations. The best time to visit Coorg is from September to March. The inhabitants of Coorg or Kodavus are known to be fiercely independent. There are multiple stories surrounding the ancestry of the Kodavus. According to one story, the Coorgis are descendants from the Greeks. During Alexander the Great's invasion of India, a part of the army traveled to South India and could not make their way back to the impossible terrain. So they settled in what is known now as Coorg and mingled with the locals, adopting their culture, food and traditions. Another story surmises possible Arab descent based on the kupiya or the long black coat worn by the Kodavus, which is like the Arabic garment kufiya. The Kodavu people are also known for their hospitality and bravery. The Coorg regiment has garnered the highest number of honors in the history of Indian Army. General Cariappa, a Coorgi, was the first chief of the Indian Army. Till date, Coorgis are the only people in India allowed to carry firearms. The hills of Coorg are home to mahashir, a large freshwater fish, as well as kingfishers, squirrels, langurs, and elephants. Coorg also offers different adventure sports like river rafting, canoeing, rock and mountain climbing, rappelling, or rope climbing down hills also. These offerings would entice even the most relaxed of the people, tempting them with a spirit of adventure. One can also trek the mountains in the company of birds, bees, and butterflies, with macaws and squirrels, langurs, watching them from different trees. Finally, the author talks about the climb to Brahmagiri Hills, which provides a scenic view of Coorg and the land surrounding it. From there, a walk across the road bridge would bring one to the island of Nisargadaam, where they can meet monks from the nearby monastery. Coorg, the author says, is full of attractive surprises for any visitor looking for the heart and soul of India. Thank you.
Yes, dear students, enjoyed the video.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I have exceeded 5 minutes. May I take 2 or 3 more minutes so that we can watch some tourist places, visiting the place? Or is that enough for you all? And you may search for them and go.
Sir, as you wish.
As you wish, sir.
They will just watch a travel guide, taking from one place to another in the book, right? And then there is also, there are many videos you can also search for, but the shorter one, just for 5 minutes I will play, and let's see the enjoy made by the people around there and the travel guide, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello. So
this video is about Coorg, also called as Scotland of India. If you are looking for lush greenery, waterfalls, hills covered with forests, and misty landscapes, then Coorg is meant just for you. While Coorg is a perfect perfect year-round destination, the best time to travel Coorg is from September to March. This video is about Coorg, also called as Scotland of India. If you are looking for lush greenery, waterfalls, hills covered with forests, and misty landscapes, then Coorg is meant just for you. While Coorg is a perfect year-round destination, the best time to travel Coorg is from September to March. The nearest airport is Mysore, which is around 130 kilometers away, but the main busiest airport is Bangalore. Coorg is well connected by road with all major cities in Karnataka. KSRTC deluxe buses run daily from Bangalore, Mysore and Mangalore. We did a road trip to Coorg from Bangalore. The road distance is about 265 km, which takes around 3 to 4 hours to cover. And here I am in Polo Bear, eating my favorite each Sunday. Coorg is famous for their coffee plantation, so we decided to stay in a resort which was in the coffee state, the Porcupine Castle Resort. It is situated on top of 300 acres of coffee plantations surrounded by valleys and hills. The panoramic view of forests and coffee plantations was just breathtaking. The resort also provided guided coffee plantation tour throughout their property. This was personally the best part of Coorg trip, as we soak ourselves in cooler air with a hint of coffee in it. So we started our Coorg day trip from the famous White River rafting. It is a perfect trip for the first timers. It is a seasonal activity and it operates between June to October generally. We were provided a tour guide who took us to 3 different rapids. The whole experience was quite refreshing. I would highly recommend rafting if you are in Coorg. Next day, we began our Coorg sightseeing from the famous Namdroling Monastery, popularly known as the Golden Temple. It is built on the land donated to the Tibetan refugees by the Government of India. It is the second largest Tibetan settlement outside Tibet. After that, we went to see the famous Abbey Falls. It is one of the most famous waterfalls in South India and the best place to visit in Coorg. The falls come down from the mountains of the Western Ghats and make for a perfect picturesque backdrop. After that, we went to see Kaveri Nisargdham. This is an island formed by the river Kaveri. This spot is flanked by teak and sandalwood trees and thick bamboo groves. This spot is reached by a hanging rope bridge, which is actually the most adventurous part of visiting this island. By the evening, we went to see the famous Raja's Seat. This place is generally covered with clouds and mist during monsoons. The stairs take you to the Coorg Valley viewpoint. This place was too crowded in the evening, so I would recommend to go early in the morning if you are looking for some good pictures. Next day, before leaving for Bangalore, we went to see the famous Dubare Elephant Camp. It provides elephant interaction along with safari. Coorg is also famous for hiking and trekking. If you have more time in hand, you can also plan trekking to these areas. Koda Chadri, Kumar Parvata, Mulyanagiri, Brahmagiri. Coorg is one of the most beautiful travel destinations of Karnataka, India. So if you are looking for laid-back holidays or adventure activities, Coorg has everything to offer you. Hope you like my video. Please share your feedback in the comment section and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.
Yes, students. Did you like it? Was it
Yes, sir.
interesting? Enjoy it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good.
Yes, sir.
So much. So, is that enough for today?
Yes,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much, everyone. Have a great
Thank you, sir.
day.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Take
Thank you,
care.
sir. Bye, sir.
See you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Bye, everyone. Take care. See you.